She brings wealth and health to her audience by tackling hot topics around substance use disorder, mental health and wellness. Her mission, vision, and goal are to help you heal from your past trauma, inspire you to transform your body, mind, and soul so you can live your best life. Your board-certified psychiatric mental health doctor, nurse practitioner, trauma care maestro, and media analyst, your life ambassador, best-selling author, TEDx talk speaker, CEO of Pool of Bethesda Psychiatric Health in Arizona. Let's all welcome Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Dr. Princess Fumi Hancock. I'm a board-certified psychiatric mental health doctor of nurse practice with group of clinics, POB Psychiatry, Pool of Bethesda Psychiatry in Arizona. And of course, we are also dealing with telepsychiatry all over, so you can check us out. All right, so today, if you have not had a chance to watch any of my previous videos, I seriously will urge you to go and watch some of them. There are some goodies waiting out there for you. And of course, I want you to go to the YouTube, like it, place your comment, ask questions. Feel free to ask questions because that's what I do all day at my clinic here. So today I wanted to talk about anger attacks. Oh my goodness. Isn't that appropriate for the times that we live in right now? If anybody could tell me that America could be what we're experiencing today, oh my God, I would never have thought of it. Now you're watching the TV and you're seeing how people are slapping the air hostesses because, okay, they just didn't feel right about something. The air hostess asked them for something. They didn't want to wear their mask, and all of a sudden they're beating down the air hostess. You have people that are going to the restaurant and they're told, oh, please, can you wear the mask, and they're throwing water at the restaurant. They're hostess at the restaurant. People are just angry. All right, angry. So my question to you today is, are you struggling with anger attacks? Today I want to talk about how to gain your control over that. Is anger a constant struggle in your life? Do you feel like you're constantly ending up with regrets after you do the anger outburst? Then you say, oops, I'm sorry. And you find yourself constantly saying, I'm sorry. And now your loved ones are about to say, to the hand. Speak to the hand because you're not sorry. Are you finding yourself in that? You say, does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar that is probably you? Do you find yourself like a road rage thing? Somebody just drive past you and you say, wow, oh yeah. You push the pedal like, it's on now. Or is it your parent that you're in the house and your parent is trying to say, hey, good morning. And it's like, what's great about the morning, right? So if you're struggling with anger attacks and you feel like you can't control it, you don't understand where it's coming from, let's talk about it today, right? Anger attacks, are more than just regular feelings of being angry. We all get angry. I get angry. But when we talk about anger attacks, this is right on top of just getting angry. There are certain things that happen in our lives that make us angry. I'm angry about systemic racism. Hey, I'm angry about it. But I don't go, shooting down the streets because I'm angry. Right? Do you understand what I mean? So anything that's going to make you go way above, right? Way above the regular thing, that's anger attack. Right? They more closely resemble what a panic attack would be over anxiety. So you have anxiety and then you have a panic attack. That's something like that. All right. So like panic attacks, anger attacks can seem to come out of nowhere. And it's just like, well, what happened? Did you go through something today? No, I didn't. But I don't know where. I'm just angry. I'm just irritated. I'm just angry. So what are symptoms of anger attacks that we can talk about today? Some of the symptoms are chest pain. You start having kind of like pain here, hot or cold flashes. People will even often go through hot or cold flashes. Some people will be so angry that they almost want to pass out. Now that's deep. that they have this dizziness, they have shortness of breath, their heart is racing, right? They're wanting to attack others or attack even themselves. Like some people will actually take a knife and start cutting or peeling away at the skin or pulling their hair, hitting or punching or destroying things. Now, as you can see from all the things that I've mentioned, anger attacks are much more intense than what normal levels of anger include, right? So, what causes this? What causes this? Many different things may cause this, right? Issues with individuals. When it comes to anger attacks, many times it happens because a person feels trapped emotionally. They're frustrated about something and there's no way to go. So they get angry. When they are unsure of how to get out of what that situation is, then guess what? They get angry. All right. So they lash out in anger because that's the only response their brain can tell them to do, just to try to avoid things or to get away from whatever that situation is. Another common cause of that can also be depression, right? People are frustrated, they're depressed a lot, they're anxious a lot, and all of this is just piling up on them. So many people think of this depression as overwhelming feelings of sadness and hopelessness. Now, that is true. All right. That is true. But depression can often disguise itself as anger too. So there are times people are depressed, but they don't necessarily know that it's depression, or they know it's depression and they cannot camouflage it, but they camouflage it in anger. All right. And this will often manifest as irritability. They are irritated. They're angry about everything. They're agitated about everything. Because people don't often associate anger with depression, it's easy for this symptom to be missed. All right. So that people just say, oh, he's just angry. Oh, it's always angry, angry, angry. And they never think for a second, maybe this person is actually stressed. Maybe this person is actually dealing with anxiety. Maybe this person is actually dealing with post-traumatic stress syndrome. So because of that anger, we're so focused on that anger that we don't see beneath that anger. So it's very important that we kind of figure out, right, what is the root cause of this anger? What is the root cause of this anger? Some people struggle with anger because of depression, as discussed before, right? Some deal with it because they lack the ability to communicate. For example, an autistic child who does not have the right words to communicate, we often go into violent anger, right? We go into anger, banging on the head, do all kinds of stuff. A kid that has a conduct disorder that doesn't have the right words to say how they're feeling, we start banging at the door, start doing all kinds of stuff, right? Or even some will even go and start to hurt themselves, not just anybody else, but also hurt themselves. All right. So what are the ways that you can actually help yourself here? Besides, of course, you'll hear me say, seek help, right? Seek help with a psychiatric mental health provider like myself, because perhaps there is also some chemical imbalance going on there, which there are certain medications that can help with that, right? Exercising regularly, right? It helps us. It releases some endorphins into our brains that help to boost our mood. So exercising is good. Communicating, right? Active listening, just listening to them often helps too. Not just telling them everything that we want them to know, but just listening. Then on the part of that person who might be experiencing it, the I statement is very, I know, some people might say, but I'm telling you right now, it helps when they are able to learn, I feel this way because, I feel that way because, I think this way because, I say these things because when they say that I statement, it helps to calm them down. When people respond and speak in anger, they want to fight back too in anger. But when you reach out to them and say, I feel this way, I think this way, it kind of sets the tone for that discussion. Relaxation techniques is also very good, like deep breathing. Many of you know deep breathing really helps with anxiety and panic disorder. Some people, some of you love meditation, and meditation can come in different ways. Some people love to read the Bible. Some people just love to do yoga. Whatever the kinds that you love, meditation, deep breathing is very good. Identifying your triggers is also now. Talking about trigger, there are people that can be your trigger too. So it's important that you know the people around you that you surround yourself with that might be triggering you. I once had, well, actually a few days ago, I had a patient of mine who was doing quite well until she went home. All right, so she lives in another state, so she took a flight and went home. And boy, she came back, and when I saw her a few days ago, she was as depressed as I don't know how. She was more depressed than I saw her, that I'd ever seen her. And then I said, what happened? She said, well, I went home and they got to talking about everybody started talking about all the PTSD moments that they all had in their generation. The mother talked about hers, the grandmother talked about hers, and they were all giving excuses why they did what they did in their own generation. And of course, they laid everything at her footstep. And of course, you know what happened. She was depressed. And to top it off, she went home without using her medication. So that didn't help at all. So identify your triggers. Know how to handle your triggers. Above all, get professional help. All right? Get professional help. It just doesn't go away because you feel like it. You can't wheel it away from your life. You've got to work at making sure that it doesn't control your life, but that you gain control over it. Until next time, be inspired, be motivated, be of sentimental value. Understand that you, my friend, you are the hero in your life story. Do not allow anybody to rewrite your story. Until next time, bye for now.
Thank you for listening to Tear the Veil with Dr. Fumi. We hope you have enjoyed being a part of today's show and that we have helped you in shining. For further information, you can visit us at drfumiPsychdNP.com and pobpsychiatry.com.